back to my channel. Today's video is another exciting one, so let's just get right into it. I'm beginning by taking my foundation, applying 2 drops of it onto my beauty blender. Before applying this onto my skin, I'm using dabbing motions instead of swiping motions, as always, to get the best coverage out of it, as well as to not waste as much product that is soaked up into the beauty blender. Then, once I'm done blending all of that in, I'm going with a big fluffy brush and my favorite translucent powder by Arbonne and applying this all over my face to set in my foundation. Then, moving on right to the eyes, I'm taking my Eden Primer Potion by Urban Decay. This was my favorite eye primer by far, and I'm just applying this all over my lid up to my brow bone to set a matte base for all of my shadows, and then going into my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and taking white chocolate, I'm applying this all over to set the primer. Then, when I am done setting that, going into the same palette and taking Salted Caramel on a big fluffy brush, I'm just diffusing the shadow right into the crease and slightly above because I do want my eyes to appear a bit larger for this look, so keeping it out of the crease as much as I can is going to help. Jumping right into my Naked 2 palette, I'm taking a shade called Pistol, which is a shimmery gunmetal silver shade, and I'm applying this onto the outer half of my lid using patting motions rather than swiping because this shade does tend to have a bit of fallout to it, so I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can by patting instead of swiping, and then taking Blackout from that same Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. I am lightly buffing this into the very, very outer V of my eye to start the smoky eye. To begin blending and smoking it out, I'm going back with that same blending brush that we used to put Salted Caramel in the crease with no new product on the brush to blend out that top line so there is no harsh line, and then I'm going back in with a smaller, more dense brush to really pack the Blackout shade onto the actual lid so we still have that harsh black. And then, yet again, blending. After doing the same to the other eye, I'm taking that same Blackout eyeshadow and lightly putting this onto the very outer bit of my lower lash line to just tie that all in, and then I'm going in with a beautiful shimmery green shade that you are about to see from a Make Me Over Essentials palette, and I'm just buffing this right on to the inner half of my lower lash line. Going back into my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I'm taking the shade Marzipan to finally add some highlights back into the eyes. I'm generously applying this with a pencil brush into the inner corner as well along the first part of my lower lash line before going in with a spoolie to brush out my brows and using my e.l.f. eyebrow kit to heavily fill in my brows darker than I normally would. I wanted there to be a lot of drama going on in the eye area, so I'm really making sure that the eyes pop as much as I can. Then, to highlight the brow bone, I'm taking white chocolate again and just lightly dusting this under my brow to highlight it. For the eyeliner, I'm going in with my Kat Von D Trooper ink liner and just applying a nice little wing onto my eyes, really making sure to extend the line a little bit past where the eyeshadow ends and then dragging it in to become a smaller and smaller line the closer it gets to my inner corner. After applying a little bit of lash glue to the back of my hand, I'm dragging the band of my lashes through it before letting it get tacky, which is after about 30 seconds, and then applying it right to my lash line to make sure they look as natural as a pair of false lashes can be. And then once those are on, I'm taking 2 little rhinestones and applying them right into my outer corners. To blend my natural lashes with the false lashes, I'm taking my favorite mascara and applying this quite generously to my upper lashes before going and applying a few coats of it to my lower lashes as well, just to tie them in. Then, to chisel out and contour my face, I'm going in with my NYX Contour Pro palette and taking the taupe shade and applying this right into the hollows of my cheeks and up onto my temples, just because I really wanted that area to look very defined and sleek and have very sharp cheekbones. I don't know, that's just something I saw for Artemis. I also applied a little bit right along my jawline to chisel that out too. To add a bit more color back into my face, I went in with a mauvey pink blush and just lightly applied this towards the very backs of my cheeks, kind of just along the contour. Since Artemis is also a goddess of the night, I used a very bright silver highlighter on a slightly wet brush to get the most pigmentation out of this highlighter, and oh my god, it looked beautiful. As you can see here, I was quite astonished to see how beautiful this highlight was turning out, but I'm just applying this right along my cheekbones and a little bit onto my cupid's bow, but really making sure to have a lot of it on my cheekbones. Then going in with my depotted NYX jumbo pencil and a little detail brush, I'm adding a little crescent moon into the center of my forehead, since again Artemis is a goddess of the night as well as the hunt, so I really wanted to bring in some symbols that were associated with her for this look. I'm just building it up slowly as I go, making sure to have an even coat, and then I'm going in and just dotting little dots almost as little white freckles all over my nose and then onto my cheeks to almost act as stars. The best way to make these look natural is to lightly apply and pull away your brush so they don't have a perfect circle to them, and to just really scatter them all over the place and not really have any rhyme or reason to where you're placing them. And lastly, to finish off the face with the lips, I'm going in with a matte red lipstick from NYX and just applying this onto my lips before going in with a black eyeshadow, because I found that the red was a bit too stark for my liking, so I added a bit of black onto the very outer corners to add a bit more depth, and then went in with a shimmery gold lip gloss to highlight the very centers of my lips and bring them out. And finally, for the little chest piece, I went back in with my NYX depotted jumbo pencil and that same little detailed brush, and I'm just applying this onto that chest area. I'm following a reference image of a stag in order to do this. I chose to draw a stag because that is an animal that is often either depicted as Artemis herself or an animal that is standing near her in the lore. And then once that is all outlined, I'm filling in any of the blank spaces with that same white pencil and then adding a few miscellaneous dots around it just to tie in the face. And with that, you have completed this Artemis-inspired makeup look.
And welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another very exciting one for me. I am entering another makeup competition. This one is done by Insomniac's Dream here on YouTube. She was a contestant in the Face Awards last year, and she is creating her own contest for all makeup gurus and anyone to enter. The theme is myths and legends, so I decided to go the Greek god route because I'm very fascinated with them, and I created a look based off of the goddess Artemis, and this is what I came up with. I'm super duper proud of it. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you never want to miss out on another video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will talk to you guys all later. Until then, peace out. Bye.